protect the wild.
Hellstream's eyes are upon you.
I don't think I'm gonna keep both Slam and Shield Shatter to play around aggro, because it makes me too much weaker if it's this druid. Okay. Chair Mulligan, exactly. That game was probably win despite getting Omega High rolled. It's a little unfortunate that we threw him. It's very unfortunate that we threw him.
All it takes is love, care,
My opponent's hand seems to be pretty good. Oh well. Oh well. Okay. Natural causes, okay. I think I just take the Anchorman value while I can. It's not super likely I go for Forge and Flame next turn, but I might swing re-equip a weapon because my hand's full, so I think I do swing face here. The worst part is my opponent kept Sire, and they probably shouldn't have, but it's not gonna matter. I'm not gonna ship the call to the stand just yet, because even if I pull the Sire, I can't kill it just yet. Okay, this is a great call to the stand turn.
A toast to all who sought to kill me. You failed. I am eternal.
The game is almost unlosable now. But it is losable, so I'm gonna sit tight. That was a Moonlit Guidance, so they can't get an extra copy of Sire, but they can still go Brand Topior and try to overrun me. So I do want to get to my endgame state where I can shuffle multiple removal cards into my deck. How big was the Sire? It doesn't matter. It was 7. So it wasn't actually the kept card. They top decked it recently. But after seeing all of these ramp cards and a kept card, my assumption was that that was Sire. I have second Shield Shatter. Do I need Sourfang this game? I don't. I can just shuffle removal and I win. So I just play Sourfang here because it spends mana and it clears the board. Yeah? Do I want to draw a card? I do want to draw a card. Because once I get infinite, I win the game. So I draw a card first and then I Sourfang. It gives them an Insatiable Devour. Is that fine? Maybe that's not fine. That's actually not fine. So maybe I just leave this board up. Okay.
Not for my forge.
I think I could shuffle here. Nice. Very nice. The reason I think I can shuffle is because I have enough substance here. It wasn't that much card draw that I didn't really shuffle card draw. But this is, I mean, this is card draw technically. It was a risky Deadman's hand. I didn't have to, and I did it I probably shouldn't have, actually. I think it was better to just Deadman's, so it was better to cult the stand armor. I shouldn't have shuffled that. That was an oversight. Hmm. Both scales are gone. Wait. Both scales are random, though. That's not very nice. So I guess I just Sourfang. Fine. I get Theo, but what am I Theoing at this point?
Rise up, children of the Horde. Ultimate power.
Am I trading? Yeah. Card draw is more important than armor right now. I like weaving it in. Do I trade this? Insatiable Devour is kind of bad for me. I think I do trade it. It's really bad for me. I might still be losing this, guys. And it's actually because I played Deadman's Hand.
This must be the way.
Playing the Deadman's Hand was really bad, actually. They're not getting topier stuff, at least for now. And I do have a brawl here. That summons 2 Anchormen. But the Anchorman doesn't really get through this that easily. It doesn't actually kill this. I draw 2 cards. I think it's fine to brawl here. So then I shield block first in case I find something that changes my mind. I would have hit the slam. Unlucky. It's fine. We'll just brawl here. Not a great outcome, but not the worst. We'll weave it in here. They do play scales on empty boards against you. You know that from experience. Yeah, Blazing Crook. Okay. So if they're at a point where they play scales for tempo, you're in a good spot because you have a few ways to deal with that. And adding one more way to deal with a scale and making every other matchup worse isn't worth it because Rancor is useful in very, very few cases. So yes, in the best case scenario where they do exactly that, wow, Rancor would have been great. But every other time I had Rancor in my hand, it would have been pretty fucking bad. We can play Sourfang here for card draw, and it clears this.
Rise up, children of the Horde.
I don't have any more Sourfangs, but I don't need more Sourfangs now. Should block. Draw towards the rest of my deck. Okay. You were just saying, I know you're just saying, and I agree with you that Rancor on that exact board would have been crazy, and wow, they played scales for tempo. But that's not why you win or lose the matchup. So I don't think that's the consideration that should put Rancor on the deck. If it was a much more aggressive meta, then there's a... It's much better to put it in. But for this matchup specifically, there's better tech cards you can run. Like a second Brawl might even be better. Wait, that was a 3rd generated scale of Nixia. My opponent's played 5 scale of Nixias this game. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting.
That rope's burning again.
Get the Ricard online. We have a Forge and Flame in hand as well. I could shuffle Ricars, but I don't need to. It might actually be better to shuffle Ricara, so that I can go Ricara, Forge and Flame every single time. But if that's the case, what am I doing this turn? I had a really good play here with Ricara, but now I'm considering what I need to keep in my deck. I think I can wait on the Ricara. The Crash is something I don't want to shuffle in because it's a little too slow and clunky. It gives me more armor, but I have a lot of armor cards, and the board presence from it isn't that great either. So I'd rather get this out of my hand so I don't shuffle it. Like, Rancor is good exactly into their Fiendish Circle turn if they don't have Vile Library. It does gain you armor, and it's still, like, they still play bigger demons. Like, there's actually not that many small minions they play that get Rancored. So that statement isn't specifically true. It's, again, in a very specific scenario when they play one card with that synergy, yes, it will be useful. And against Hunter, it's okay, but again, they don't flood the board like decks used to. Now, what happened this turn? They flooded a lot of mana is what happened. Okay. Well, if they didn't flood the board, I don't have to do much here. Okay. Now it's a Deadman Sand Angle. We can get rid of the Buckler because we don't need more Bucklers. We get another Brawl in the deck too. And now we have infinite Gavlengars, guys. It's okay that we have a higher density of expensive cards now, because we are copying Forge and Flame and Ricara. So this should be good enough to get there. We don't have to cut down to just like 5 or 6 cards. This is still also okay. You need all the board clears in the world against Imp Warlock. You do need lots of clears, but Rancor is not a board clear. Rancor is a very conditional board clear. Very conditional. Now, when it does work, its upside is great because you gain armor as well. So it is actually, it's very good when it pays off. But how frequently... I'm also, so like, I'm being skeptical here. I'm not telling you I know exactly what's right because I don't know. I haven't played Rancor. I can't tell you it's good 17% of the time. I also don't know what number we would assign to that for it to be good. Like, what percentage of the time would it have to be the nuts for it to be good enough? I don't know. Just instinctively, I've also played a lot of Control Warrior, and I would imagine I played a bit more than you have of Control Warrior. And instinctively, I don't think it's there. I'm not even sure if it's like close to. Maybe I should run it. And I absolutely could run it and try it out. I just don't have a lot of time available, and I don't think it's one of the cards I want to explore right now.
The time has come to dethrone our former master.
Call to the Stand Brawl is fine. Dump hand a bit more. Ooh. That concerns me that there's a Finley in your deck. That really concerns me. So they run Jailer. Now I don't want to Brawl. Now I don't want to Brawl. I'm just going to take this damage on the Noggin, and then next turn I'm going to go Ricara plus the clear. I'm giving them Devour Earthen Scales, but that's fine. If they run Jailer, I'm going to need the Brawl. Like, if I Brawl here, they Jailer, and then I don't draw my second Brawl, I'm in a very, very bad spot. So I think I'm going to accept some damage here, because I know they don't have Sire and Burst damage. They've played all their regenerated cards. The Finley just screams Sire to me. Sorry, it screams Jailer to me. Due Process? No, they wouldn't play Due Process, would they?
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
He'll set
This seems not good for me, but I still have, like, the worst thing they can do is take the Brawl and the Rakara, and then we could still just try to Theotar it back. What would be bad, however, is if they Theotar again. Aquatic form's fine. So they missed there. Is it a Galvangar? Galvangar's kind of sketchy, but it's fine. That's a little annoying, but they kind of roped it out, so oh well. Nice. So we could have gone Rakari here, Forge and Flame, clean up the scary stuff. Got him. Nice.